Hi, I'm Flora. Welcome back to my channel where I talk about everything that interests me. Today's video is about fashion. So in the previous video, I discussed my relationship with fashion and style and everything I've been trying to do to fix it, basically. Now, there is a lot to say about style, why it matters, should it matter, and everything regarding it, but that's a whole other conversation. I mean, it's important as well to know why exactly you want to find your style and why it's important to you. But let's say you've already done that job. Let's say that this part was already thought of, and what you actually want now is to find the style in question. As I said in my previous video, my whole style education comes from YouTube. I've seen the videos, maybe not all of them, but a great deal of them. And so I'll talk about what I saw and what I tried and how it worked for me or how it didn't, because trust me, some of these did not work at all. They were funny sometimes, but they did not work. And we are starting with possibly the most famous one, which is the color season. I love the concept of color season. I love the concept that if you figure out in which one you fit, then you just have to follow the pre-existing rules. You just have to follow what color works and what color doesn't, and it should magically work for you. Right? Like, I love the concept in theory, because in practice, it's a whole lot more complicated. The whole premise of the thing is based on, you guessed it, white people, and if it sometimes can work for non-white people, it's more complicated. And so that shouldn't be an issue, right? I mean, if you have found this magic formula that should work for everyone, it can't just be everyone that's white. And if it doesn't work for darker skin colors, how could it work for every white person, right? So it has to have limitations. It can't be this magic formula we've been sold. So as much as I like the idea and the concept, it's very flawed. All that said, I wanted to know my color season, except it's not that easy to type yourself. I mean, I can't tell if my skin works best with silver or with gold. I'd say both are fine, none is amazing, and these are the criteria you're faced with when trying to find your color season. At one point, I even considered getting it professionally done. Like, you know, with the fabric swabs of color under your chin, which they take, and then you see which lights you up and which darkens you terribly and you look dull and awful. And there are a lot of YouTube videos with this thing being done professionally, and I love them. I think it's so interesting and so fun to see actually what the color does to the person's face. Like, there is definitely something. It's basic color theory of how a shade will react to a color, and there is something there. It's just not the end-all be-all. So I didn't type myself professionally because it was very expensive, like really expensive. I think way more than it should be for something so arbitrary, but that's not the point. The point is I did not have that kind of money. So I didn't. I typed myself. I did the test, I watched the YouTube videos, all of that thing, and I typed myself a deep winter, and it works for me because I like most of the colors that are in this realm. I like how they look on me. It doesn't take away black, which is nice, because one of the things about the color seasons is that apparently black is terrible, and will not suit most people. And I love black. I wear it all the time, so if you could leave that to me, it would be nice. Tell me in the comments if you think I am, in fact, a deep winter or not. But yeah, that was the first thing I tried for my style, and overall, I'd say pretty good. Okay, so the second one, I've kind of made a bundle of two things, and maybe I shouldn't have because they're so different and they shouldn't be put together as one, but it's the Essences and Style Roots stuff. These are based on, for the Essences, I think, what you look like based on some of your features, what are you most likely to be, and it's stuff like gamine, romantic, ethereal, things like that. So these are based on how you actually look. And to be honest, I don't like the concepts. It's kind of fun to type yourself because I'm a sucker for a good test of which one of these are you. But in the end, it's kind of limiting, I think. If you're that type, then you have to wear those things because it brings out your features and then it makes you look good or something. But I don't want to be limited in that way. I don't really like limitations. And as with the color palette, you have limitations, but they're wide. You know, the concept of color palette is that there's a shade of each color for everyone. So you are limited, but not that limited. Whereas here, it's like, okay, you fit this category and maybe a second one, I think, and that's it. You have to follow these styles, and I don't want to. You won't make me. So that's the first one. And the second one is the style roots. Style roots are things speak to you, basically. But then again, it's like mountain or moon or water, and that doesn't make any sense. I mean, it's cute, and if you're a mountain, maybe you like earthy colors and styles, but honestly, I'm not a mountain, I'm a person. And moon, like, I like the concept of the moon. I like the motifs and the patterns with moons and stars and that kind of shit, but like, why? Why would I base all of my style on these words? I don't like it. Sorry, style roots. Not for me. A few quick mentions. So, first one is the very basic body type one, which is basically if you're, say, short or small, petite, whatever you want to put it, then you should avoid, say, baggy clothes if you want to look put together and everything. And, well, the first thing I look for when choosing clothing is comfort. So you're not taking baggy things away from me. I don't like the body type thing. I think it's restrictive and honestly not fun. Like, it's to make you look your best, but if you don't want to look that way, like, it's fine. You don't have to look your best. You have to look your best in your own opinion and not the rest of the world, I think. That's another debate, I guess. But yeah, body type, not for me. And the second one was a fun one. It's like the dress-up box thing. I think that's what it's called. I saw it in a Linen Norms video first, I believe. And it's basically, the concept is like you take your favorite shows, movies, etc. and your favorite characters, how they're dressed from these shows and movies, and you try to spot patterns. You try to see which one you like and what comes up repeatedly, and maybe that could be part of your style if you love it that much on other people, you know. But I think it's fun, and I did my Pinterest board with the characters I love most, but it didn't really help with my own style, because No matter how much I love how characters are dressed in post-apocalyptic TV show The 100, it's not socially acceptable nowadays to go out with a lot of face paint on your face and like leather everything and a ragged look. Like, that's not the vibe I want to bring to the function. Now, it would work if I could dress like Elizabeth Swann from Pirates of the Caribbean. Like, I would love that very much, thank you. But once again, everyday style, pirate, not an easy match, not an easy fit to pull off. Okay, so moving on. We have one that used to be so popular, and it's the capsule wardrobe. The capsule wardrobe concept is that everything you have fits together. Like, every single pair of pants fits with every single top, etc. So that you have a minimal amount of clothes, which is great. We love the not overconsumption of the concept. But where it's complicated is that the wardrobe staples change with each capsule wardrobe, and everyone will tell you the thing that you absolutely need to have, and it's different every time. Or even if it's not, you have to find the version that works for your body and that you feel good in, as well as fitting with every single clothes you own. So it's not easy, and if you want to take that route, you often have to get rid of a lot of stuff you already own and buy new stuff so that it fits everything together, but that's very wasteful. Not to mention super hard to actually do, because finding a pair of jeans that you love is not an easy feat these days. So with the thing of everything having to fit together, a lot of the examples that we see are very black and white and beige. Because yes, it's easier to fit things together if they're both like one is black and one is gray. That's a lot likely to work together well, whereas if you pick a yellow top and a bright green pants, it's not that simple. So as a result of that, capsule wardrobes are often very boring, to say the least. No offense to people wearing and using a capsule wardrobe. They often look very put together and very elegant, but they don't look fun. And Lena Norms did her capsule wardrobe and she added color in it. So it's possible, you know, it's doable, and you should definitely check her video if that's something that speaks to you and might bring you some joy. I also feel like capsule wardrobes are very good if you already have a lot of clothes. Like, for people who have huge wardrobes, maybe it's a good idea to actually look at stuff, see what you're actually wearing and what it fits with in your wardrobe, and maybe that could help you purge some of it. You know, like, that might work. But I don't have that many clothes, which is good, you know, it's pretty great. But if I take this approach and try to only keep stuff that goes together, I'm getting rid of a lot, and I don't want to. Like, it's even pieces I like, so I'm not doing that. And now that we've seen the basic stuff, we move into the good stuff. The best stuff, really. There have been a lot of videos that I've watched, but very few really had an impact on my shopping and my approach. So while I think it was important and a good thing that I tried the other path to see for myself whether or not they worked for me, I'm quite happy to have finally found actual gold stuff. And I will share it with you, obviously. I mean, it's YouTube stuff, you could find it yourself, but these are the ones that really worked for me. and really helped. The first one is this video by Maya. And in it, we tackle a thing that maybe we should have tackled in the very beginning, which is to take into account your personal situation. Because so far, everything we've seen has been kind of aspirational. Like, yes, in theory, I love the look of heels, for example, but when I used to work, I walked to work, or I biked there, and I need to be comfy in order to do that. I don't have a car, I don't drive, which means if I'm walking for 20 minutes, 4 times a day, I'm not wearing heels, or at least not high ones. I'm only wearing the comfortable ones. And so you have to take into account your situation, what you're dressing for, whether you work at home or you work in a traditional job. You're not going to wear the same things. Why are you going out? Do you often go out and have drinks with your friends and go to bars often, or go dancing often? Or, like me, are you more of a house cat, as I like to call it, which is I stay home and I don't do much at home, so I want to be comfy first. And some jobs, they require you to be very polished and everything. Mine never really did. And now that I work from home, I go out mostly to get my groceries. And I need to also be comfy for that because I'm working there. So you have to adapt to that. It makes sense. And yet, so far, none of the videos have even mentioned it. Realistically, no matter how much I love a very fancy big dress, which is a lot, I won't wear them. I'm not very comfy in them to like do stuff. Don't have that many occasions to wear them, and so I don't really need that many. Some would say I don't need any at all. In the video, she makes you choose stuff and be very precise about it. Why it works for you, why it doesn't. And here's what it looks like for me in the end. So shortly after that, I watched a video by Breathing Yarn, which is part of her mini-series on personal style, and it resonated with me because it's aimed at makers. And I happen to be a person that makes their own clothes. And she talks about how if you make your own clothes, you better know what your color palette is, because otherwise you're gonna make stuff and you not wear it afterwards. And I've definitely done that in the past. So it was very, very helpful. The way she makes her color palette is very practical. It takes a bit of color season, only if you want to. You don't have to put it in there. It's very grounded and it helped me a lot. I loved the way she did it, and you should definitely check out her video about it. Here's my color palette. And that's almost done for today. The last thing I want to mention is YouTuber Beep World. Her style is very, very cool. I love how she dresses. But what spoke to me most is her talk of fabrics, of the type of fabrics you like to wear or don't like to wear. So I prefer cotton and ideally even linen because I like the feel of them. That does not apply to everyone. Some people don't care exactly what they're putting on their body. To me, it's only about the feel of it, and some synthetics feel terrible on the skin. Like I don't like the feel of them. So for example, if I'm buying a new item in a synthetic fabric, it's a lot likely that I'll stop wearing it sooner. And then if it's natural, I like how cotton can be light but also warm at the same time. I like how linen is light in the summer. It's the best thing to wear ever, honestly. I know in some cases you might actually want synthetics, but now it's a conscious choice that I make, and it's not just the default. So that's it. I think we've talked about most of the things that actually helped me with my style. And so the next video is gonna be a declutter to see how I'm applying that to my current wardrobe and hopefully making it way better. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye!